I found out my wife was secretly talking to her ex, calling our marriage a mistake. So I pretended to be the perfect husband, and I uncovered an even darker secret that changed everything. I never thought I'd be that guy checking his wife's phone. My wife Jenna and I had been married for 3 years, and I thought we were solid. Sure, things weren't perfect, but whose marriage is? But one Tuesday night, everything changed. Jenna left her phone on the kitchen counter while she went to shower. I was sitting there eating leftover pizza when a text notification lit up the screen. Her ex's name, Luis, the guy she dated before me and supposedly hadn't talked to in years. My stomach dropped. I reached for the phone before I could even think about it. You don't know how much I regret this marriage. I feel so trapped. I sat there staring at those words for what felt like hours. My hands were shaking. My first instinct was to burst into the bathroom and confront her right then. Demand answers, but something stopped me. A voice in my head said, wait, find out everything first. So I started digging through her messages, and what I found made me sick. They'd been talking for 5 months, almost half a year of lies. She told him I was boring, that I'd changed after we got married, that marrying me was the biggest mistake of her life, that she missed her old life, her freedom, everything about being with him. Reading those messages felt like a knife twisting in my chest, but instead of falling apart, something in me shifted. I got cold, calculating. I wasn't going to blow up and give her the satisfaction of seeing me broken. I was going to play the long game. The next morning, I woke up and became the perfect husband. I brought her coffee in bed, kissed her forehead, told her how beautiful she looked. Jenna seemed surprised, but she smiled. Over the next few weeks, I ramped it up. Flowers every Friday, surprise date nights at her favorite restaurants, weekend getaways, little love notes hidden in her purse. Jenna ate it up. She actually told her friends we were finally working on us, and that I'd become so romantic again. She had no idea I was reading every single message she sent to Luis behind my back. She kept complaining about me to him, but now she'd add things like, he's trying so hard though, I almost feel bad. Almost. Meanwhile, I was preparing my exit. I stopped putting money into our joint account. Slowly, carefully, I transferred my savings into a new account in my name only. I documented everything. Screenshots, bank statements. I was building a case. 3 weeks into my performance, I was ready. I had everything I needed to file for divorce and leave her with nothing. I'd planned to confront her that weekend and walk out with my dignity intact, but then I found her second phone. I was looking for my charging cable in her gym bag when I felt something at the bottom. A cheap burner phone. My heart started racing as I turned it on. It wasn't password protected. What I found made everything else look like child's play. She wasn't just texting Luis. They were planning to run away together to Costa Rica. They had flights booked for 6 weeks from now. A rental property lined up. And here's the part that made my blood boil. They were planning to use my savings to fund it. The money I'd been working 70-hour weeks for. Jenna had been slowly siphoning cash from our accounts for months. But the plot thickened even more. Luis was also married with 2 young kids. And based on their messages, his wife had absolutely no idea what he was planning. They joked about leaving their boring spouses behind to start fresh. They even had fake names picked out for their new life. I sat on our bedroom floor holding that phone, and something inside me snapped. Not with rage, but with perfect clarity. I found Luis's wife on social media. Her name was Rebecca. She looked happy in her photos, smiling with her 2 little girls. I sent her a message, told her who I was, asked if we could meet. She called me within 10 minutes, voice shaking. We met at a coffee shop that same night. I showed her everything. The messages, the flight confirmations, the rental property, the bank transfers. She cried, then she got angry, then she got strategic. Rebecca and I made a plan. We let them think everything was going according to schedule. I kept being the perfect husband. Rebecca played the clueless wife at home. We waited. We watched. We gathered every piece of evidence we could find. 2 weeks before their planned escape, we struck. Rebecca filed for divorce first, with full evidence of Luis's infidelity and intent to abandon his children. She got an emergency custody order. His assets were frozen. I filed the same day, presented everything to my lawyer, the affair, the financial fraud, the planned theft. Jenna came home that evening to find her bags packed and divorce papers on the kitchen table. The look on her face was priceless. She tried to call Luis for support. His phone was disconnected. His wife had already destroyed him. Now, 3 months later, I'm sitting in my new apartment, all my money safe. Jenna's trying to rebuild her life from scratch, working 2 jobs to pay her legal fees. Luis lost everything in his divorce. And me? I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't confrontation, it's patience.